I think when it comes to creating YouTube videos, it shouldn't be so hard, but then also it should have some certain quality to it. And I really do feel like the camera that I'm going to share with you today is the OG. It's the one that everyone has recommended, that years ago people were using and they're still using today, which I also agree with. I really do believe that it is still worth buying in 2025 and beyond. And the camera that I'm talking about is the Canon G7x Mark III. Now, there are different marks. They have a Mark II and I believe some lower, but this camera is so good. I really do believe that when you are first starting out and you want to kind of upgrade from maybe using your phone, this is the camera to do it because of its efficiency. It's very easy to use. The settings aren't super complicated, and then also when it comes to settings, a lot of them you don't need. There's only a few that you really need to set to make sure that your videos are nice and have good quality. And I'm gonna go in a little bit more as to why I feel this way and why it's good for beginners, and even those that are not beginning, those that are in this thing and you just want something that's really nice and compact. This is the one that I really suggest. So the Canon G7X is a camera that is really versatile, and that's why I love it. You can do it for recording, vlogging, sit down videos just like this, but you can also use its photo feature, which give that really cool, I feel like 2000s look. It's not super contrasty, but then you can also manipulate the settings to make it contrasty. I really do believe it adds kind of like a nice softness to your photos, and it kind of feels like it's not intimidating. Like, it feels like you did take this from your phone but with another level of quality on it, just like a step up. And I really do believe that it's good for traveling, it's good for just rapid movement, and you are using this camera that you're able to feel like it's not like foreign, because it kind of feels like the weight of maybe a phone or an iPhone that is in the pro stage. It's just really fun to use, and it even has a setting that is set out for vlogging, and it will tell you that it's for rapid movement, good for vlogging. I believe it's the VL symbol on there when you're going through your settings, and it just adapts to your face, it adapts to what you're doing, and as you're recording, it's like a nice little box over your face so that it's moving with you. Even as I'm looking at it right now, because that's what I'm recording off of, I see the box that is moving to make sure that I am in focus, which is the most important thing. And then as you look at the other settings, there are frame rates that you can set them to. They have like a 24 frame rate, which is really good for cinematic stuff, for sit down videos, for things that you may not be doing a lot of movement with, but you can still use it for that. But it's very cinematic, and that's also the frame rate that a lot of filmmakers use to film their movies. And then you have the 29, and then you have the 59 frames per second on here. The 29 is just the main one that you should use when you're first starting out, and that really does help to get all the information in every scene and every frame, especially when it comes to editing. And then the 59 is for those that want to do a lot of post editing. So let's say you wanted to do some slow motion, you'll frame it in 59 or 60 frames per second, because that's what is also seen in like a lot of cameras as well, is you'll be able to slow it down when you put it into your editing software and put it on a 24 frames per second base. And that's a whole nother video that we could probably make and talk about when it comes to editing, but that's really the frame rate that you want to do when you know how to really edit, when you really know what you're going to do in post-production. Another thing that I absolutely love is being able to see yourself just clearly. And here's the thing, when it comes to shooting videos, you want to feel as though you are connecting with your audience and you're looking at them. And one thing that this camera does is that it has a pop-up screen right for you to see it, and it's right above the lens, and it's acting as if I'm talking right to you, looking right at you. And I love that, because sometimes I would look right into the camera lens, which is also really good too, and I suggest, you know, practicing that. But sometimes when you really are just trying to start out, you want to know what you look like You want to know how your facial expressions are. You want to know what you're talking like, and you need to see yourself, okay? And so I really do love that it has that. Some of the other cameras have the screen that pops out to the side, but I absolutely love that it's right above it, so it can have that direct engagement with the people that you're talking to. Now, when it comes to price for the Canon Mark III, it is in the range around the $1,000 to $1,200 to sometimes I've even seen $1,400, because I really do believe that they have added a lot of great features into it. But if you're not into spending that much, I totally understand. Then I would knock it down to the Mark II, which is around the $600, $700 area. And here's the thing, when it comes to your videos, it is okay to invest in the quality. And one thing I can really say is that I have truly benefited from just the upgrade in quality from just coming from my phone, which is okay to use when you're first starting out. But I really do believe that sometimes certain messages may need a certain look, and that's just my opinion. Maybe I am a person that is about that. I am a photographer and an artist, so I am in the field of seeing things, or like looking at things, you know what I mean? So that's my opinion. But when you upgrade to this camera, or when you are thinking about using it, do not feel intimidated. I really do believe that this is so easy, and like I said before, the settings are very much so there for you. And another setting that I would make sure that you get acquainted with is the manual focus and autofocus. And then it also has a really cool thing that's called the Servo autofocus, and it's going to have like a green light that comes on, and all that means is as you're talking, as you're moving around, as you're vlogging, the camera and the lens is going to work its hardest to make sure that it gets everything in focus, or it's going to try and focus as quick as it can if it comes into a blurry state, right? So I really love that, and we can definitely talk about settings more maybe in another video, or even in the comments. Let me know below. We could talk about it. Now, when it comes to having this camera, it does need a few accessories and certain things to operate. It definitely needs the battery, which it'll come with, but it also needs a memory card. So I truly suggest like a SanDisk memory card. They are really great, and I would start with maybe a 64 gigabyte. They also have a 32 gigabyte, but I know that one can kind of go a little quicker when it comes to storage, and you can work your way up to the 128 or even higher, but that goes into the camera. It is a small little square rectangle, well, more so rectangle card, and it slides right in there, and it's easy to go. And then it'll show you how long you have to record, and as you begin to record, it'll count down how much you have left, and that's a really cool feature. And then I'll also suggest getting an external mic that can plug into it, and a tripod. Now, there are a lot of kits out there. I would suggest going on Amazon, going to Best Buy, and getting a nice kit that comes with that mic and a tripod and some other good things on there that can really complete your video recording experience. But here's the thing, the audio on this camera is really good as well. So if you do not have a mic, it is okay. Just start with the mic that is in the camera, because it does a great job. It just does. So overall, I just really believe that this is a great camera. Even though there are many other ones that have came out ever since this has, you need something that is easy, something that's not going to make your brain explode. And this one right here is the one that is going to get you there. So I'll make sure to link this camera in the description below in case you want to go ahead and buy it and invest in it. Because listen, if you truly want to become this person on YouTube and advance yourself or grow, you want to invest, and you want to make sure that things are going to look in the way that you like it to, and people will be able to hear you in a great way. So yeah, let's get that going. 2025 is a great year, and I truly do believe that as we create, we will inspire others too as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one.